Andre Tessejon extended no contract now or the one. It is in the right state. He's been the safest pair of fans since Vitrovade Soldier team won Okwe. And they've been a ball playing goalkeeper. Bibrinan worked the main attribute, no, but all Benede, Yenye saves they can't add it. It been minimum ball, but all many saves are bad, they fall short. But they been a tested and on all combined the boots. And effort time or join the setup, until there. Another point after that, now Pep Guardiola Babafa, the other goalkeeper now corner. He's been the safest pair of fans up until now. Bibre now basically not keeping a muna, but they are unable to compete. And why I send no contract until 2028. And say FC Barcelona fan, when your budget there who say first pair of fans, why Jat to Robertina club until 2028. And the likelihood they even a contract in expire. Obe could know what set up in my bed. It is very much on the high. It is coming Papa Sakimono. I think they have something to smile about. On the other side, the injury and they paid Druako Konya about 8 weeks or so, and they anticipate about to know what if I own opportunity in combo for my club FC Barcelona. And the honors has fallen now on João Felix. The BBI equal Barcelona club will to know what Wako for Nababiship. This is a player before he joined Atletico Madrid from SL Benfica and Abed. He had to take them a world record fee and then they would call Kofana Bay or call on loan to Team Chelsea Wasans Waba back. BBI clear the Diego Simeone and the current Atletico Madrid setup. They are unable to get him to adjust. You know my head didn't to work consistently. Other Diego Simeone and the setup and day. Barcelona because of new wages in Internal, it was the only stumbling block and not that the playing João Felix and then also Barcelona contract now Barcelona admits that so only Abadia they will take 100% of net wages no way another on farm. I have only one scare and then also fear. The recent players and the Atletico Madrid wage on quarter one farmer FC Barcelona I bet they are falling short of their previous performances, and the names that really comes to bear. Even you beat the other to run, and then for other to run, I've been around 2000 and that is 16 January. 34 million euros from Atletico Madrid and FC Barcelona to call for the Bay. As at that time, I bet he was the best player for team of Atletico Madrid, playing the UEFA Champions League final with them against Club FC. That is Real Madrid. You know now Barcelona Baba Fanoko. And he went to be a mere passenger from Obia expecting him to rise to the level of some of the best players in the world. That move to FC Barcelona became the mistake of the career of the player in that is other Tirana. Eventually, I had to go to Tiki. And your man found one farm. Yenya Nancy Munyanso after him in 2019. Yenya the player in Antoine Griezmann, almost about 120 million. And Atletico Madrid it became a tussle. Obeko onko yebepeno yempeno. The man eventually 120 million euros. Now the player on your screen and so also a touchdown to FC Barcelona, who was virtually their best players at that time and so. A baby said when the Yenya Antoine Griezmann all across the carpet from Atletico to Club FC Barcelona, what were his numbers? Even at a time and then day Mason or Luis Suarez Mojo one down he was still unable to adjust and become the best player. Just at Atletico, that's Real Madrid and then Atletico Madrid and also Real Sociedad. Eventually, what the Sanso would Konda back to Atletico Madrid and all come back and so you have seen his numbers. In the same year, another player relatively the best for Atletico set up and also join FC Barcelona bed. You'll be very much scared for them. A bad advice on them, Kobeya and Komo Crew, one. Those are players all across the carpet from Atletico to Barcelona. But at the time, Barcelona from one Atletico Madrid, they get there and kick the ground running. I bet say around 2018 when I was in July, and about 15 million, and then 5.1. You need to play in David Villa. Now, but already moved from FC, that is Barcelona, to Atletico Madrid. We were captured to find David Villa, but no, was severally on the that is the Spanish soil into the regarding that match. The moment the benefit of the doubt, but I bet he had to kick the ground running. That is from Barcelona to Atletico Madrid. And I bet the numbers since 1996. No, I didn't know Atletico Madrid would watch the Spanish La Liga BM. It was David Villa who came to carry them on his shoulders on all ahead, no kwaji. Even in that final, now World Ball, another in the quarter final of one of the UEFA Champions League matches, it was against FC Barcelona. David Villa leading this setup on my Nanka club with one film. And he had a very beautiful numbers as far as the career at club or funnel. That's Atletico Madrid concerned since so moving from Barcelona. No. Another player, Luis Suarez, until he be 2020, Papa of friend that is Ronald Koeman. Oberfield Jumano. One of the players and on in Marshall Crown was Luis Suarez. Eventually, he succeeded in pushing him out of the club. Or quite Atletico Madrid, I bet on one quite the Spanish La Liga. And San Olbejo Honor Nunyachim, be fruitful. And not to take you even way back into time in Umpono. The last time around, it was Memphis Depay. And then for last season, and then also this season. So for a few matches, a while, but I'm on, we'll be alone and I'm even the last time, no less you go on all Quacoso, as Antifunia Naso, yes, or the aha, medium dabomobo, aha, medium dabomobo. That is Memphis Depay. And Yehuno at FC Barcelona was never accepted. But Atletico Madrid seems that he's playing with that kind of confidence and also the PSV and Eindhoven. Memphis Depay and him no on the start to show glimpses at Sima Wafono. That is Atletico Madrid. So say Yao Felix Neshe these players in Yamal Chronic one life. From Barca to Atico, from Atico to that is FC Barcelona. Now, it will give you a fair idea whether you should go ahead to move to FC Barcelona or not. As a club in Atico, they are on the receiving end. I want to bet the block. No? But as an individual in Yao Felix, but personally, I don't think that players and I say we wonder what Barcelona on it would be a very good move for him to just go ahead and then also endorse this particular move. Now, talking about Atletico Madrid, to the real side of Madrid, Jude Bellingham. And I bet the last time I make a best singing the praise was had a Munyo Ajidamano, and he never ceases to amuse some of us. And that and no more me na we problem waste from now we're still the headlines in the Dama Real Madrid. Once again, it was a young lad in Jude that is Bellingham. And I bet FNA starts at Club Real Madrid so far now 4 goals, 1 assist in just 3 games. 4 goals, 1 assist in just 3 games. And during the news, Metal NFL is retreated in the FA club of Real Madrid won history. Now it was only Cristiano Ronaldo and it would be the first 3 games of the season and he's been on the score sheet. This is an individual, I bet, why add an assist to his play. And more, these are players with luck. Able to they get to find themselves at the right place at the right time. But why not any other individual than some of these players? The men now, Ronaldo Moto, them the best Moti. Because I found the goal in that club of Real Madrid was, it was just a corner kick. And I was flicking ball boxing. Also, that one got to be it went straight to the player in Jude Bellingham. And then what kill game in the Damatima, friend Real Madrid. And against Celta Vigo, I bet it's always going to be a very difficult game, especially when another year Rodrigo goes say Ben selling the scores under to the you can see that not miss a penalty on the 68th minute. So that probably could have discouraged the club in Real Madrid. Later part in the game, the Jude Bellingham, I bet only see from now Wababa is still the headlines. And then for some of us, you saw him at Birmingham and then also at club Borussia Dortmund, even in the World Cup for the 3 Lions of England. So of these things, it's not really surprising. But now, you no question how often can he do it? And he's never relenting on getting his legs off the pedal continuously. Only see the headlines in Spain. And not baby Naji didn't price tag and coordinated no. At least was all the pressure we do to know. And he's kicking the ground running and doing things with ease. I wish all the very best of luck na Yasha Hawa. Future no obetry to the player injured Bellingham. I remember in England. And then that Nkomseni Cheba for Chelsea being on the first win. It was to be. And Mamin Kate for they know this was just against a Luton town. With no disrespect, this was just against a certain Luton town. And there should be a lot of little details ever far now a day for game anymore. Now, first course now in the yelling as Chelsea won the first win now. Ebone was on the 17th minute and then also the 68th minute. Interestingly, I was playing the 68 minutes na Rodrigo goes always say penalty in the 68 minutes na and the Yeda Raheem Sterling so always in the second goal. And Son Nicolas Jackson, action, dribble. I feel the dribble in the face goal. Yeah, obey the gate to another improve and I see the over to win your more subsequent goals and but this was the scores and now all to go as far as the game against Luton Town or your concern. Now, I saw Malo Gusto give 2 assists. And this a player I bet all improvise and then Paul fill the space now the substantive captain of the setup no kitano. Baby obo a one in the regimes not a probable. And saying that the backup, even in the absence of the substantive starter, I bet almost some of these numbers no one your budget. Now at the Yankoponas for the life of the manager in Mauricio Pochettino. And I mentioned Mauricio Pochettino because now me share ne setup no the game no. And say Techino say sha. I bet you would just ask yourself, okay, now can we conclude that this should be the start and then set up also all the games and it was the 3-4-2-1, that is kite system. And yeka kite, I know you so na you did the maguna bed in the shape of kite. On the football, but this is the formation. Getting 3 men as the central defenders, 2 wing backs, double pivots, and then also 2 attackers behind a soul that is leading marksman. In the Bonde one, it was Azel Disasi, and our show Facebook and the rankings of the players. And will be a performer. It's true or funny now. It was Azel Disasi no the highest that is ratings. Plus Thiago Silva, Levico, then Malo Gusto, and then also Konogaraha, Moises Caicedo, and then also the playing bench or Alphonse, Raheem Sterling, Enzo Fernandez behind Nicolas Jackson. And if in film for Obionya the highest rating span was Konogaraha. On your 2 goals in Raheem Sterling or Shena, probably Konogaraha could have been the best player. This is a player who operate with Kono. Bibia equal imponence Romeo Lavia Tapo Abed, or able to Konogaraha. And at a time, follow Trinidad, where Romeo Laviam number can, Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, then you get the young lad in Konogala giving her some of these that's performances. Now, on your page, check the position of the player in Enzo Fernandez. That is the freedom, Manana Yeka. They say you'll be to cover up for him. I bet he will be able to do that box-to-box duties and advance so often. Mr. Limbotum the next statistics as far as the game are concerned, or that would not order more. When he had Moises Caicedo and Konogala behind him now, only the midfield of bed, you can see his exploits and then also how free he was. And these are his statistics as far as the game are concerned. 78 touches, 59 passes no complete, 29 that is 23 passes no the core, the final third of the opponent. Getting 7 that is possessions won, and then also now all over 4 shots, all created 2 chances. And draws and I bet we never break. And it was a game and I chose wall control P. Into all bed in there because the Luton town kita born on that. Enzo Fernandez was called challenge and all attempted 8 times and I bet we knew one and now some of these statistics as far as the game or your concern. Tiechina compare Chelsea form to this particular season. Especially with some individuals, I want to appreciate the progression by into the lives of some of these players and they yelling and wondering in the game. And one of them is Raheem Sterling. I bet for Raheem statistics as far as last season compared to this season no concerned that per 90 minutes. Ne touches per 90 minutes. I bet last season per 90 minutes now all men 48 touches averagely per 90 minutes. This season already 1 man 95. Successful dribbles last season was 1.9. This season 4.2. Duels won last season was 4.4. This season 2 games I bet or average 9.5. Possessions won last season was 3.1. This season per 90 minutes 7.9. Short conversion last year it was 14%. This season it is 33%. Yeah, by him 2 games per. If this is not transition, progression, and also elevation of what else? And in the credit in the cassette about the man emotional Pochettino. I was reading comments of the player Raheem Sterling on all Kade after the first game on the Mauricio didn't come on. And an all catcher Mauricio there. It seems the almost drawed so deep or get into pocket so much into by the time about doing more either the defenders and an opponent will regroup and at the space is not tight for him to just take advantage of. And I don't open a Mauricio catcher in there, he should just go and enjoy the game. As much as there. Only the midfield no they punish opponents and he is free. Sometimes allow your players to exploit. Allow them to have fun. Football in yard and baby diable. And Sheffield go under the Raheem Sterling no share. Meninje war the build up no. Enzo Fernandez the ball stand chill. Ebekaranko is supposed to be a back pass. I bet Ojim the Moises Caicedo. And when an pass in a local to Konogala Hano, Nechi Dimalo goes to Nudo. One touch not setting the man, the player Moises Caicedo, and also should come Malo Gusto, and who the player in Raheem Sterling playing it too. Or setting up. Look at that skill. Look at that dribble, or do a penalty box in him, or copying one in the twats in him. This is sweet build up. Nzebiana, in your game, maybe I share Elkoya Raheem Sterling highlights and walk about the twats in him. But the main passes in the boys nature among themselves in the middle of the park before it go to the playing Raheem Sterling. It was very delightful. Raheem now sounds so assisting Nicolas Jackson as far as the last goal now only no oil concern, and you'll be very much happy for Nicolas Jackson. I bet he's been huffing and puffing. The man finally the goal now baby now Wallachon has come, and personally I think that it has come in time. And for Chelsea, when they start in Stamford Bridge now, they've added to it. And interestingly, so what home I bet it seems that they play with that kind of confidence, and also they are a different breed of players altogether. And so Chelsea fan, don't throw your hands in despair. I didn't with them. Personally, me share one against Liverpool no more that Mauricio Pochettino is more team no. And for their last 99 games at home, now we lead at halftime now. I bet they've gone ahead to win 80. We'll lose 19 pen a draw. Last 99 games Chelsea are at halftime. No, we lead no. The likelihood you know what the best one I bet it is very much on the high. And what you know, you can get to see the types of players and the number of ones and the what you injured that. Wonyamba can some farmer Mauricio Pochettino in the kind of Chuku Emeka. He was on the score sheet before and all baby bra. Rhys James Mbe, Christopher Nkuku Mbe, Wesley Fofana Mbe, Benoit Badiashile Mbe, Michael Modric and so on, plus the watch Aloba. These are the types of players and the Chelsea ward on the injury list. I anticipate that's over back. Yet how dangerous they can be. Even in their absence, they are able to put 3 goals in the net of the opponent. Fine, you can say that this is just against a certain Luton town, but the little details, only the confidence and the what they dispose of their talents are what go ahead, no to that particular number of goals. Nti yembo Chelsea team on abado, ye empire boy there to continue from this side. Okay. Empire boy, with the Newcastle and also Liverpool game. It is a cracker, a very difficult game at the St James Park, and the Liverpool will travel with alcohol. I've seen Liverpool win games this season. They've drawn one and then also win one. But personally, I am here to be overly convinced about style now in the Papa of that is the Georgian club, or they win in the game. You know. I'm here to be overly convinced. And every day how Newcastle set up now bed, say selling the man one a probable lineup now. You can see how average on paper they look, but tactically they are disciplined. Technically they are top notch. Nick Pope wouldn't be compared to probably Aaron Ramsdale or the Alisson Becker or them club of Liverpool. Coach you wanna Karen Trippier. I bet Fabian Sharp, Sven Botsman, and then also Danny Ben. I want to wait one of them on. But if they start playing, they play like Leo Ferdinand and Vidic, the best defenders national. That is how they are able to play. Confirm for no they've added Sandro Tonali, Bruno Gomes, and then also Joelinton. Joelinton, I bet no a striker. What never know or the new mobile no humble. And then they how I convert to a midfielder and how we overload the half of opponents anytime the Newcastle set up is attacking. No fill that half spaces, lose balls in the bench, second ones in the bed, or 2 more convert into net and pour assist. No, it is a delightful one to watch. Plus Miguel Almiron, no one can get it. And if I make it a Miguel Almiron, I bet probably would have been in the German Bundesliga or the French Liga, and I don't put to a larger extent the Spanish La Liga. It's unknown to Mumbo. EPL no was danger that size, but in Miguel Almiron, a very sweet, left-footed player. No one can get the man to that man Kevin Papasaki, but born in Danan Nolboa. I bet Okita saw this shoulder. He does that with disrespect. Plus Alejandro, that is Ishak, and then also Gordon. Any more training, you'll be able to size, you'll be able to presence and stature, or put the shivers down your spine. But on the field of play, they enjoy the game and dispose of whatever their coach has taught them. They have to take only Manchester City and a wall stop money on beating run. This is in the first 2 games, and now we'll win the first one, the second game, and so I bet we'll lose. And then for first match in this season, I want to watch the highest number of goals. Seeing them Miguel Almiron, in your day, Isaac, and then also Gordon, Joelinton, Sandro Tonali, Bruno Gomes, Walba at you, I bet. Ebesu, now a coach with Liverpool, especially in the middle of the park, in the Watarando, Waba Becca, the other shade, doing the first start against Newcastle, plus Alexis McAllister, and then also Dominic Soboslai. Personally, I overly enjoy Soboslai in the last game, and I bet all about my club Liverpool, and said, I'm sure no, I want to previous club, except in the Hungarian national team, and then also Abi Leipzig, you wouldn't know the type of player you can want some. Dominic Soboslai, he's a treater. You can coach you pack the coach will treat you to excitement. That is the type of player Dominic Soboslai. I bet Obutuna, Wayana, or Diamo. And in the middle of the park, and it's a typical 4-3-3. And a 2 managers in now, but Georgian Club 4-3-3. And then also in the next man in the how, and also pay the 3 men in the middle of the park. And so the trio of Liverpool, Alexis McAllister, and positively for them, the red card are only in the last game, it has been over 10. So the likelihood there, George Club starting in this game, name Bonupona better Bobona. Or very much on the high. One element in the middle of the park, I observe here, the presence of Wataru Endo. And we will miss a film from Kodigapo. Which for me, I think that he brings a lot to the table. But in the presence of Dominic Soboslai and then also McAllister, I bet Obey Dindam and there. On to Mumbai, the normal assistant, Obaka will bench Soboslai, another for McAllister. Now, Wama, that is Wataru Endo, no, Unusa, in the bench now, the Kodigapo Ababo. Obey Dinpa, but up front, any Luis Diaz, Jogo Jota. Per what we have seen so far, McCann has some before the start of the season with the numbers with the preseason, no? And then also Mohamed Salah. I think that they are good to go. The usual suspect will be there, but personally, I think it will be an end-to-end fixture. I don't see both teams scoring. If there should be a win, from afar, I see Newcastle taking it at the St. James Park. It is a win or draw for them. And if I want it, Nancy matches are only being a bed one ball among themselves now. You can see that it's been more of Liverpool because if last 6 games now, or 0-0-1-1, 3-1 for Liverpool, 1-0 for Liverpool, 2-1 for Liverpool, and then also 3 that is 2-0 for club of the Liverpool. So in the last 6 games, Newcastle are yet to get the 3-1 point against Liverpool. But this one, I personally believe from where I sit today, it will be an exception. Straight for a bet, I'll go for a win or draw for club and they go for Newcastle United.